Everybody, welcome back to the GM's Alcove, another video vlog update, everything about my little hobby. In this case, I've got some more 40k stuff to show off. This, some of you might remember, is 40k 3rd edition. This was probably my favorite edition, and the last edition that I actually played before I got out of the hobby. And as we all know, OldHammer is a thing these days. People are playing these games, and there's really no reason why not. Honestly, these are complete game systems. GW just decided, well, we're going to make a new one and start over. And that's what they did here. 3rd edition, from what I hear, is considered one of the better editions of the 40k game system, actually, which doesn't surprise me. Now, I've never played 4th, 5th, or 6th. I do have 7th, 8th, and 9th. In fact, I plan to play some 9th edition, of course. But I was a really big fan of this game back in this age of 3rd edition. And I've been thinking about getting back into it. And, like a little side project along with, 9th edition. And I was looking through my stuff that I have, and there's quite a bit I still have. Now, I sold off all my armies. I only have a few miniatures here and there from back in the day. Sold some of the codexes and books, but even then, I have a ton of stuff, including all the original boxes. And yeah, so I'm thinking, you know what? This might be a great little project to play alongside. Good memories here. I know some folks have put up videos on this edition of the game as well, playing games, bat reps, and all that kind of thing, which is really cool because, this is an old edition of the game. You don't see people making videos of bat reps of 3rd edition 40k, but there are a few people doing that. And I think I am going to do that myself, alongside 9th edition, of course. But, 9th edition is pretty fun. And 3rd edition is also pretty fun and a different game altogether. And yes, I got 2 core rule books here. But yeah, this is the core rule book. Got a bunch of other stuff here as well for the edition. And in fact, let's take a look at some of that. Now, I've played 1st edition and 2nd edition as well. I'm curious if I have any 2nd edition mixed in here. I don't think I do. But this is all 3rd edition from what I can tell. And this is a stack of codexes and other books. I'm not sure how long 3rd edition was out. I think it was longer than just 3 years, which seems to be the typical lifespan of a GW product. Like there's Chaos Space Marines, and then there's this one. Codex Chaos Space Marines. Well, that's what that is, too. I don't know. Oh, boy. Be careful there. Yeah, these are 2 codexes. I don't know how these go together, but they're separate books. Same edition of the game. Codex Space Marines. We got Dark Angels, which used to be my army. Just a little tiny book. Blood Angels, which was my nephew's army at the time. Space Wolves, which was one of my friends. He played those. 2 of my friends played these guys. City Fight. Never actually used this. This adds all kinds of scenarios and terrain and new stuff to add to the game. Never played this. Armageddon, which is all about the campaign Armageddon. New army list specific to the campaign. Of course, Tyranids, another army of my nephews. Necrons we never got into. I did collect them. I guess the background has changed substantially on the Necrons from back in the 3rd edition days. That's interesting. My one nephew is going to be collecting Necrons, so I'm curious how these are going to fit in. And of course, orcs. I did actually collect a little bit of the orcs here and there. I was actually going to go all out with them at one point. We got Dark Elder. One of my friends played these guys as well. was a Dark Elf fan. He played them in Warhammer as well, fantasy. Tau, collected some of these. They were interesting. And Codex Assassins, added all kinds of little assassins to your armies, I believe Imperial. And I see right away what's missing from this is the Sisters of Battle, because I had them in 2nd edition, and I had them in 3rd edition, and that's when they really started taking off. And I started collecting them, and I never actually painted them, and they ended up getting sold. So as far as I can tell, these are all the codexes I have. And who knows, if this ends up being a hit with me and I really start enjoying 3rd edition again, I might actually pick up some more of the old original books, which probably pretty expensive, maybe. Get them on eBay. But yeah, I'll probably look up some of these other books. But I remember Sisters of Battle. And I think I had the 3rd edition codex, and I distinctly remember another codex, which had the John Blanche cover art. And I think that was the 2nd edition. I don't remember how they were released, actually. They were originally a White Dwarf list release. They were an attachment. They weren't actually their own army. They were attached to some Imperial something. I don't remember how it was. But again, that was at the end of 3rd edition for me before I drifted away and did other things. And we got a chapter approved, 2003. Boy, look at that date on there. So yeah, OldHammer, in this case, 40k 3rd edition. And who knows, I might even dip into 2nd edition, which is a really involving version of the game. But I remember this. I have all the cards, all the play sheets, everything for this. And I was a pretty dedicated player of this game. And I'd love to get back into it and try it again. What do you guys think? You interested in seeing some OldHammer stuff from back in the day? I'd love to do it. And again, this would go alongside my my 9th edition stuff that I'm going to be doing, which I talked about in a previous video. I'm going to be collecting Sisters of Battle and Black Templar as well. But who knows? You start digging into these older books and churning up some memories. You never know what you're going to end up doing. Oh, look at all that. Madness. That is pure madness. I guess this is an entire chapter. Is that an entire chapter? Each one of these a company? 10 squads, a company, 10 companies, a full chapter, something like that? Yikes. That is a lot. Thunderhawk gunships. But, yeah. So, this will be interesting and quite fun. And like I mentioned, some people would say, well, it's in 9th edition. Why would you ever play a previous edition? I mean, isn't the 9th edition the best version of the game? Better than 8th, better than 7th, and so on and so forth. And making all this stuff here redundant. And honestly, no, that's not that's not true, particularly with GW games. Even if it's Necromunda. These games, when they were released back in the day, they usually released everything they possibly could for the game. Like in the case of 3rd edition, just look at this. This is only some of the stuff. It was a complete, full-on game. There it was. I mean, it wasn't perfect. No edition is perfect, but it was a complete game. So there's really no reason why, if you wanted to, go back and play that edition of the game. Why not? It's all there. And one of the great things about the internet, of course, is we have communities of players who have that very same idea in mind. They get together, maybe in groups on Facebook or Discord, and this is what they play. This is what they talk about. This is how they come up with improvements to the game, even if you wanted to do that. And the same is true with Mordheim, and as well as Warhammer Fantasy Battle and its various iterations. 40k, Necromunda, Space Marine, Epic Space Marine. all these games, you know, they are complete games. You can go back and play with them to your heart's content, you know, and they're yours. That's the great thing about it. There's nothing wrong with that. And yeah, so I'm actually going to really look into this and see what I can do. I think this might be a fun little side project to go along with my 9th edition stuff. And who knows, maybe I'll end up playing Necromunda, the original edition, again. Of course, I've been thinking about playing the new edition as well. So you see how you get sucked into this stuff? There's no end to it. It's madness. I'll tell you, folks. But it is good. I love this hobby, whether it's role-playing games or it's miniatures games or board games. It's so awesome. And at this stage in my life, when I can look back on these old games like this, and, you know, because of technology and the internet and PDFs and print on demand and eBay and so on and so forth, all this stuff still has lifeblood in it. And that's fantastic. Speaking of blood, the Blood Angels. Painted up quite a few of these for my nephew. They were his first faction that he collected. Then he went on to, what did he do? He went into Chaos, the Iron Warriors, and Khorne. And what else did he do for 40k? Not the Necrons. He did Chaos, he did Blood Angels. Initially, he did Blood Angels. A big Chaos player. And, Tyranids. Loved the Gene Stealers. He loves the Tyranids. Played them in Epic Space Marine. He had a huge army for Epic Space Marine, or Space Marine, as well as 40k. It'd be good to do this again. So let me know in the comments, folks, your ideas and thoughts on playing OldHammer, whatever that means to you. In this case, 3rd edition 40k for me. And maybe some 2nd edition. Who knows? I don't have the 1st edition book anymore. I used to have that, but I sold that as well. There's a lot of memories for me. Nostalgia. Anyway, folks, tell me what you think. You want to see me do some videos on this? Maybe I'll do a 40k vlog or something specific to 40k and just put everything in there that I do with the hobby. 9th edition or 3rd or even Necromunda or something. If you want to see stuff like that on top of all my other games. All right, folks, that's my thoughts, my vlog post for the day. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you guys are keeping safe. And I'll see you all again soon. Folks, you guys hang in there. It's only going to get better. Till next time, folks. Toodaloos.